I want to start our discussion of the register process by showing you a URL. This is home.html redirect equal to register. What we have here is 5 text boxes where you input some basic information and hit the submit button, and at the end of it you're going to see that that user has been created in the database. So I want to show you what the database currently has, and then we will do the registration. I have here a MySQL screen. MySQL -u root -p and then gave the password admin1 admin001 to actually log into the MySQL database. I used the use stockapp command to actually change to that particular database and then do select star from users to list all the existing users. Now I can do this select star from users again. It just ensures that these are the users who have been created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in user ID as test user 999 with the password user 999, first name test 999, my user, cash balance $1000, just a test ID. Hit the submit button and it says this is the register process page. Let's go back to our database, rerun our command. You can see that this has been created, test user 999, etc., etc., with $1000. What magic happened to make this happen? Let's go back to the Java code and see what has happened. All right, now we are going to go through a particular package called com stockapp generate view and an interface called generate view. This interface will be implemented by classes which want to take in request parameters and build a content and do some other business logic and finally forward to a JSP. The reason I want to do this will be apparent when I show you Spring App Controller. Let's continue the discussion for now. I want to show you register process. Observe this particular class carefully. I'm saying register process implements generate view. That's that interface. So I have build content accepting a request. Here what I am doing is I'm saying printing a line called in register process. Then I am accepting user ID, password, first name, last name and balance as request parameters. Request parameters is the way by which you transfer HTML text variables into Java variables. The reverse, how do you create a Java object and pass it back to HTML? That is done through request attributes. So far we have not had request attributes, but we will build them soon enough. The point to note about the balance is that the only thing that comes out of a parameter is a string, but balance is actually a double, so we do a double dot parse double. After this what we do is we create a user object with these parameters. If you open up the user object, you will see that it has 5 properties, 2 constructors and getters and setters. So by now you would know that this user is a bean. Come out of this. This line basically establishes the Spring context and you will understand why I do that later. I am getting a bean from that context user DAO and I am executing a save or update of this user object. And believe it or not, this code actually does the saving into the database. Now I can actually go into this piece of code and this will be completely Greek and Latin. This guy uses a property called hibernate template and then executes the save or update method, which you can see here, wherein it basically does a session.save or update user. That is all. Now the best part is we haven't seen any SQL at all and we have saved a user. How? Alright, to understand that we have to go into some of the basic Spring definitions. Remember this hibernate template. We will come back to it later.